Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome back to Digital Future AI School. Before we jump in, if you're enjoying what we do here, please just take a second to hit that subscribe button, give this a like, and share it with your friends. It really helps us out. All right, this is our 9th explainer, and we're diving deep into Chapter 9 of the fantastic book, AI, Your Smartest Partner in Life and Work by Mr. Zahir Aman-Mir. Today, we're talking about something huge, how AI is completely flipping the script on research, analysis, and making those big, tough decisions. Let's get into it.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to look at what research was like before AI and what it is now. Spoiler alert, it's a different world. Then we'll unpack AI's incredible analytical abilities. We'll also see how it connects dots that we can't even see. After that, we'll get practical and see how this applies to your job. And finally, we'll cover the most important part, how to build a powerful workflow where AI is your partner, not your replacement. You know, to really appreciate just how big of a deal this is, we've got to take a quick trip back in time. Let's compare the old way of doing things with the new AI-powered reality. The difference is, well, it's night and day. Okay, let's be honest. Do you remember those days? Maybe in university or for a big project at work? You're literally surrounded by stacks of books, endless PDFs open on your screen. Your mission is to find that one key piece of information. You spend hours, days, sometimes even weeks just reading, highlighting, comparing notes by hand, trying to piece it all together. It was a marathon of mental exhaustion. Well, that whole marathon has just become a 100-meter dash. With AI, you can feed it hundreds of pages and it reads them instantly. It can compare dozens of different sources without breaking a sweat, and it pinpoints the most important arguments for you. The work that used to fill your calendar for a month, it's now done in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. It's a total game changer. So how in the world is this even possible? What's the secret sauce? It sounds like magic, but it's not. It's about some seriously powerful analytical capabilities. Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's making all of this happen. The power really comes down to one thing. AI has an almost unlimited appetite for information. Think about it. It can swallow enormous data sets with millions of data points without blinking. Those 500-page reports you dread, AI reads them for breakfast. And here's the really cool part. It's not just neat, tidy spreadsheets. It can process unstructured information. All those messy emails, random notes, meeting transcripts, customer reviews, the stuff that's a nightmare for us to organize. But it doesn't just read it. It understands the deep, complex relationships hidden within all that data. This right here perfectly captures the core value of AI analysis. It's a transformation engine. It takes a chaotic mess of raw data and turns it into a clear, organized picture. It takes disconnected bits of information and transforms them into genuine, actionable insight. It takes overwhelming complexity and gives it a simple, elegant structure that you can actually work with. It's like having a master sensemaker on your team. And just to put this into perspective, think about this. A dense, 200-page report lands on your desk. You have a meeting about it in an hour. Before AI, that was an impossible situation. You'd be stressed, you'd skim, you'd probably miss the most important parts. Now, you can have a concise, 2-page summary that gives you all the critical points. That's not just about saving time. It's about being better prepared, more confident, and making smarter decisions. It gives you your most precious resource back, your time and your focus. Now, summarizing is amazing, but AI's true genius lies in something even deeper. It's about seeing the things that are invisible to the human eye. We're talking about finding hidden patterns, making unexpected connections, basically connecting the dots that we didn't even know were there to be connected. Let's face it, our brains are incredible, but they're not perfect. Our memory can only hold so much. After a few hours of intense work, our attention starts to drift. When we're overloaded with information, our thinking gets fuzzy. And, maybe most importantly, we all have our own unconscious biases, our own ways of seeing the worlds that can blind us to other possibilities. These are just human limitations. But AI doesn't have these limitations. It never gets tired, it never gets distracted, and it doesn't have biases unless we build them in. Its entire architecture is designed to do one thing exceptionally well: recognize patterns. But here's the real mind-blowing part. A human expert might spend 30 years becoming a world authority in, say, economics. But AI can learn from economics and law and medicine and psychology all at the same time. It can find an idea from a business case study that unlocks a problem in public policy. It breaks down the silos between different fields of knowledge to find truly innovative solutions.
That's a level of insight that was simply impossible before.
Okay, this is all fascinating theory, but let's bring it down to earth. What does this actually mean for you in your profession? How are these superpowers being used right now in fields where the decisions really, really matter? This is where it gets real. For lawyers, instead of spending weeks digging through old cases, AI can analyze thousands of precedents in minutes to find the perfect argument. The outcome? Much stronger, smarter legal strategies. For doctors, AI can analyze a patient's symptoms and instantly compare them against millions of medical records and the latest research. The outcome? Faster, more accurate diagnoses that can literally save lives. And for policymakers in government, AI can simulate the potential impact of a new law before it's passed, leading to better evidence-based decisions that benefit all of us. It's happening right now. Okay, so you've seen the power. You've seen the real-world applications. The big question now is, how do I get started? How can I use this in my own work? Well, it's not about just throwing random questions at an AI. To get great results, you need a smart, structured process.
This right here is the golden rule. It's the most important thing to remember. The quality of the analysis you get from AI is 100% dependent on the quality of the problem you give it. Think of it like a conversation. If you ask a vague question, you're going to get a vague answer. But if you can clearly and precisely define your problem, you unlock the AI's ability to give you a clear and powerful analysis. This is where it all begins. Before you even open an AI tool, you have to do the thinking. What is the exact situation I'm dealing with? What is the specific decision I need to make? What are the key factors? What does success look like? You have to be crystal clear. The more precision you provide up front, the context, the goal, the constraints, the more targeted and useful the AI's response will be. Garbage in, garbage out, quality in, quality out.
And this idea of being precise and thoughtful leads us directly to the most fundamental principle of working with AI. This is the mindset that separates people who use AI successfully from those who don't. It's all about understanding the relationship. Look at this as the perfect team. AI is your brilliant, tireless analyst. It does all the heavy lifting, it organizes the mess, lays out all the possible options for you, and gives you an objective breakdown of the pros and cons for each one. It even acts as a mirror, helping you see past your own blind spots. But your role is even more important. You are the leader. You provide the strategic context in the human values. You use your experience and your critical thinking to weigh the options, and ultimately, you're the one who makes the final call and takes full responsibility for it. It's a partnership, a dream team. I want you to really let this sink in, because this is the key takeaway for our entire discussion today. AI is an incredible tool that can make you a smarter, faster, and more effective leader. It supports you, it advises you, it augments your intelligence, but it absolutely does not and cannot replace your leadership. The wisdom, the courage, the accountability, that has to come from you. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. What is that one big, thorny, complex problem on your plate right now? The one that feels a little overwhelming. Now, imagine tackling that problem not alone, but with a powerful AI partner by your side to help you see things more clearly. What could you achieve? The tools are here, the potential is massive. The only question left is what
partner in your thinking process, helping you make smarter, faster, and more confident decisions. Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down a powerful framework for doing exactly that.
So, here's our roadmap for today. First up, we're going to lay out a really practical, step-by-step framework you can actually use. Then, and this is a big one, we'll dive into how AI can be our ally in overcoming our own built-in human biases. After that, we'll look at some real-world examples of how this is shaking out across different jobs. Then, we'll define what a really great human-AI team actually looks like. And we'll wrap it all up by showing how this partnership doesn't just get tasks done, it actually makes you a more powerful thinker.
All right, let's get right into the practical stuff. To make any of this work, you absolutely need a process. This isn't about just, throwing a random question at an AI and hoping for the best. No, it's about having a structured, intentional conversation that can take a really complicated, messy, confusing problem and systematically turn it into a clear, confident decision.
Okay, step one. This might sound obvious, but it is absolutely the most critical part. Every great decision, and I mean every single one, starts with great information. So your first job is to feed your AI partner all the right stuff. We're talking about the raw facts, of course, but also the context surrounding them. You need to give it the key documents, all the important numbers, and this is crucial. You have to be crystal clear about what your goal is. What are you actually trying to achieve here? You've heard the saying, right? Garbage in, garbage out. It has never been more true than with AI. The quality of the information you provide directly determines the quality of the insights you'll get back.
Now this
This is where you really start to direct the process. You're the conductor of this orchestra, and you guide the AI to turn all that chaos into clarity. You do it in a logical sequence. First, you command it, break this big, scary problem down into its key components. Make it manageable. Then, for each possible solution or path forward, you tell the AI to evaluate it from every single angle. What are the pros? What are the cons? What are the hidden risks? And then finally, once all that work is done, you ask for a recommendation. But, and listen, this is the most important part, you don't just take the answer. You demand a full justification. You need to know why it's recommending that course of action. The reasoning is more valuable than the recommendation itself.
So what's the end game here? The key takeaway is that you're not just getting a quick, cheap answer. No way. You are systematically building a solid, evidence-based case for your decision. This entire process takes all that fog of uncertainty and transforms it into clear, structured, actionable advice. It helps you see the blind spots you would have definitely missed on your own, and that leads to choices that are not just better, but also much, much safer.
Now, following that framework naturally leads us to one of AI's most incredible superpowers, because it's not just about crunching external data from spreadsheets and documents. It's about helping us make sense of our internal world. It's like having a partner that can hold up a mirror and show us the mental traps that we all, as humans, tend to fall into.
And let's be real for a second. We are not perfectly rational robots, right? Our decisions are constantly being colored by our emotions. We suffer from confirmation bias, which is that sneaky tendency to only look for evidence that proves what we already believe. We get overconfident. We forget crucial details. We get tunnel vision and can't see the bigger picture. And sometimes we just get plain tired, and our decision-making quality plummets. This isn't a flaw. It's just, well, it's part of the human operating system.
And this is exactly where your AI partner just shines. Just look at this contrast. It's so stark. Where we can be emotional and swayed by a bad day, the AI is completely neutral. Where we get tired after a few hours of hard work, the AI is relentlessly consistent 24/7. It doesn't have a favorite outcome. It doesn't get bored of analyzing the facts one more time. It is a purely analytical engine, and that is its incredible strength.
This really gets to the core benefit of the whole partnership. When you use AI as a sounding board, you're getting a second opinion that is completely 100% free from all those human biases we just talked about. It forces you to look at the cold, hard facts, even when they're uncomfortable. So you see, you're not outsourcing your thinking. You are upgrading it. You're adding a layer of rational, evidence-based analysis to make sure your final call is based on logic, not just a gut feeling or emotion.
Now, this isn't just some abstract theory we're talking about. This is already happening out there in the real world, right now. It is magnifying human intelligence in pretty much every single professional field you can imagine.
I mean, just stop and think about the possibilities here. For a student, an AI is like a 24/7 personal tutor and research assistant. For a doctor, it's a powerful diagnostic partner that can cross-reference symptoms against millions of cases in seconds. For a lawyer, it can sift through a mountain of case law to find that one single, crucial precedent that could win a case. For a business owner, it's like a crystal ball, forecasting financial outcomes. And for a scientist, it's a research partner that can drastically accelerate the path to the next big discovery. The common thread that ties all of this together is that the core tasks of almost every job, things like research, analysis, and spotting patterns, are exactly what AI is built for. But notice, it doesn't replace the expert, it's an intelligence amplifier. It's a force multiplier. It makes the experts even smarter, faster, and better at what they do.
So we've covered the how and the where, but what does this ideal partnership actually look like day to day? Well, the real magic, the secret sauce, happens when we combine the very best of what we humans do with the very best of what AI does. Look at this. It's a perfect division of labor. It's like building the ultimate team. On our side of the table, we bring the things that are uniquely human: our sense of ethics, our judgment, our lived experience and context, our empathy, and our wisdom. And on the AI side, you get what's basically superhuman: blinding speed, flawless memory, and this incredible power to see subtle patterns in massive amounts of data that no human ever could. Each side brings something absolutely essential to the table.
So let's be very clear. This is not human versus machine. It's human plus machine. It's a partnership, a symbiosis. Think of yourself as the pilot. You set the destination, you make the ethical calls, you hold the moral compass. The AI is your brilliant co-pilot, running all the complex calculations, monitoring thousands of systems at once, and feeding you crucial data. Together, you can navigate challenges and reach destinations that neither of you could ever dream of reaching alone.
Okay, let's bring this all home. What is the ultimate point of all of this? What is the end goal? It's not about building some kind of magic 8-ball that just gives us all the answers. The real, true, and much more exciting goal is to use this incredible technology to make us better, smarter, and more capable thinkers.
Think about it. Every single time you use AI in this structured way, you're actually exercising your own mental muscles. It forces you to define your problems with way more clarity. It takes over the grunt work of research, which frees you up to focus on the big picture and the strategy. It takes messy, overwhelming information and organizes it for you. And perhaps most importantly of all, it can show you viewpoints you would never have considered on your own, breaking you out of your personal echo chamber.
And if you remember only one thing from our entire discussion today, please let it be this quote: AI is not here to replace your mind. AI is here to empower your mind. This is it. This is the whole philosophy. Think of it like a bicycle for the mind. A bicycle doesn't replace your legs, it amplifies their power, letting you go faster and further than you ever could before. AI is the same for our intelligence. You are always in the driver's seat. You ask the important questions, you evaluate the options, and you, the human, always make the final call.
So I want to leave you with this question to think about. What is a really complex problem or a big decision that you're facing in your work or your life right now? How could you apply the framework we talked about today? What data would you give your new AI partner? What questions would you ask it? The next chapter will actually explore AI agents that can take action on your behalf. But for now, just consider how you can start using this incredible partnership today. This isn't about some distant future.